Happy Information Wednesday, Chalyce McQueen here. I want to talk about roofing claims today underneath your homeowners policy. The reason being is I've had about 7 different claims come across my desk in the past 30 days, none of which have actually been filed by the insured, my customers themselves. They've all been filed on behalf of the roofing company that is soliciting my customers. So I want to dive deep in what this looks like, kind of some buyer beware, things to look out for, and kind of go through the process of what us insurance companies actually do when it comes to processing roof claims. So I'm going to first off start talking about these roofing companies. So right now is definitely their season. They drive through neighborhoods. They typically target neighborhoods that might have, that are older homes, that probably have older roofing materials, are definitely due for having the roof replaced, or neighborhoods that may have been hit harder by some recent weather events. And that's how they kind of drum up their business. What they do, they knock on your door. They may say, hey, I noticed just from the street that, you have some tiles missing, etc. Or, I'm not sure what their spiel exactly is, but a lot of people fall underneath this scam, so to speak. And I say scam, and I use that word loosely because not all companies are obviously bad. There's definitely a lot of good companies that have good reputations, do things by the book, are very honest, kind of go through the process with you, versus other ones that just, file the claim on your behalf and hope to God it works out for you. So there's definitely various different companies. So roofs as a whole typically have a life expectancy of 10 years to about 50 years, depending on what kind of roof material is being used, etc. And I'm speaking here just in Arizona. I'm speaking locally. I'm not obviously speaking to different climates and different areas around the U.S. because I have no idea what your roofs look like. You have way different elements that are involved, etc. But here in Arizona, 10 years to 50 is pretty standard for a tile roof. However, I think that 10-year mark typically is when we start to see weaknesses in our roof and start to see leaks happen, etc. Because naturally things start to give out. We lose roof tiles, the underlayment starts to break away, etc. But I'd say overall, we probably have a life expectancy around 25 years. And a lot of insurance companies will have limitations in their contracts about if a roof is over, 15 years of age, let's say, there's going to be no coverage. Because over the course of 15 years, again, naturally things break down due to normal wear and tear. But when it comes to these roofing companies, again, they approach you. I'm not sure exactly what they may say. They might just say, hey, I happen to see you have some missing roof tiles from the street point of view. Do you mind if I just give you a free estimate? Go up there and make sure everything's okay. Have you noticed any, leaks, things like that? And that's how they kind of start the conversation. During this conversation, of course, they don't educate you in what your insurance company is going to look at, what they're going to do. Because the reality is we really only have 2 events that take care of your roof as far as damage that we're going to cover, and that's wind or hail. And so if we don't have an event that took place that had wind or hail that could have caused damage to your roof, and you just happen to have, again, normal wear and tear, that's going to be an automatic, basically, decline of your claim. And at this point, your roofing company may have already started work on it and you're going to be left with a bill when the insurance company is not going to step up. So it's really important to make sure that you understand, the contract that you're signing with this roofing company, but do not let them conduct any kind of work. And as I was saying, do not let these roofers start work on the roof until you actually have a response from your insurance company as to what they're going to cover versus not. Speaking of endorsements on your insurance policy, your homeowner's policy, here at Farmers, we have 2 different options regarding roof. We have actual cash value, which is going to be what we're going to pay out in the event that you have a covered claim, which basically is the depreciated value of your roof. And then we have actual replacement cost of your roof. So that's definitely the better endorsement to have on your policy. This does become more expensive on your policy, but definitely is worth its weight in gold. As I mentioned, though, a lot of companies, if your roof's already over a certain period, as far as certain years old, the coverage definitely diminishes, and they may not even allow to have that endorsement of replacement costs on there. And just so you know, too, anytime you do any improvement to your house, which is roof, the HVAC system, etc., plumbing, like electrical, all of those are credits and discounts. As I was saying, credits and discounts that you receive on your homeowner's policy that will benefit you years to come. So it definitely is important. I'm not saying by any means to not have people inspect your roof and be proactive about, maintenance and, preventing future issues. But just make sure you don't let people do work on your property without understanding what you actually are getting into and what your insurance company, if you intend to file a claim, is going to actually cover for you. So that's my little tip of the day. I hope you all enjoyed it. As always, use me as your resource. If you're going to file any claims, always contact your insurance agent first. Talk through what this looks like so you understand what your deductible is. And we can go from there and make sure it makes sense for you. And I want to set my clients up for success. And so if there's a chance that we may not cover something, I want to be honest and have that conversation with you versus you finding out after the fact. So feel free to call me at 602-525-5665 or email me at cmcqueen at farmersagent.com. Remember to ask yourself, are you protected? We'll see you next week.